Okie dokie. Let's get this together. All right. Hey y'all. Sorry, I got distracted. This dude Rico, he really just says he the light skinned one, the light skinned dude with the dangly earring on that like I guess eight at the table thing situation. Hey everybody, who's coming in right now. I appreciate you for tuning in. I know this live is a little bit random, like kind of in the middle of the day. I really wanted to go live yesterday, but so much stuff had happened, and then I got the news of Keke from Love and Marriage Huntsville passing away, and so I just wanted to make everything like all in one video, like with the new information. Okay, so that's the reason why I kind of put off the live till now. But nonetheless, we're gonna talk about everything still. And yeah, I was trying to look up, pull up everything, and I got distracted by Rico. He's sitting there talking about if he go on a date with a woman and they don't vibe, then he's splitting the bill. Like sometimes you dudes really just like literally I'm reading the comments right now, and the comments are um literally somebody was like, I make too much. Oh, one dude was like, I make too much money to split a bill with a woman under any circumstance, vibe or not. Well, the thing is, if you asked her out on the date, that means you took the initiative to say, I'm interested in you somewhat. But that is a risk that you guys understand that you take, because at the end of the day, literally at the end of the day, y'all say that y'all take women out on dates only to have sex with them. So it doesn't matter if you're vibing with her or not, because at the end of the day, you literally say that y'all only take women out so y'all can hit. So it's like you understand y'all paying for coochie. Y'all want to sit there act like you not, but you are. But at the end of the day, let me go ahead and pull these topics up that we are talking about today. Like I said, y'all, I was gonna talk about like the BET Awards, we're gonna get into that. Everything. So let me just go to where I got saved. And so yeah, the first things first, I just want to go ahead and get it out the way. To give condolences to Keke, Tisha, Marcel, all of them. I'm not gonna lie, like that was just it was not something I expected to come out yesterday, and that is the unfortunate thing about losing people in life. You literally like life is one of those things that you do not understand how quick it is until like you experience somebody passing away. And yeah, so that getting that information yesterday, we definitely want to just send condolences out to that family. Any people who want to think, let's go start going over there commenting crazy, don't do it. Just let these people grieve in private. And no matter the fact that Tisha and Keke might have ended on bad terms, nobody, even in bad terms, it still doesn't eliminate love that you have for somebody, and they spent all their childhood growing up. So I know, Tisha, and she's dealing with it over there. Y'all just send condolences, over there. But that was one of the things I wanted to knock out. And so yeah, let's go ahead and get into y'all the BET Awards. BET Awards, y'all drop down in the comments. As far as the performances, I feel like this has been one of the best performances, like I guess on stage wise, BET has had in a few years. Because let's think about it, the past few years of BET really was nothing but rapper dudes on stage, like just stepping, just walking back and forth. That's literally all the rappers have to do is just walk back and forth, with the mic talking, and it's like that's kind of what BET was giving us, like literally for like the past 2-3 years. But not yesterday, but this past BET Awards, I must say, like as far as like performance wise on stage, it is very like coincidental. Like majority of it was women, but even with the man Shabuzi, like I don't really tune into Shabuzi like that. Like it's not somebody I actively listen to, but he had a full set, you know, and then he brought on everybody in the club get tipsy. Everybody in the club get tipsy. Like he brought that in and then mixed that with, I guess, his like country song, but there was still a set, you know. And so I really feel like this was just better. So y'all drop down in the comments to let me know. Hey, appreciate you tuning in. Everybody who come in, you know, just like the video, appreciate it. I know I'm catching it right at the middle of the day, so that's why I'm just going live. Whoever tune in, and it's gonna be what it is, and then y'all can just catch the playback. But yeah, so BET Awards, I really feel like this was one of the better performances from a lot of people, especially when we get into the Usher tribute. The Usher tribute definitely, I felt like did what it was supposed to do, because we're not getting ready to sit there. I'm thinking about the performances. Victoria Monet killed it. Keke, she killed it. Coco, when Coco walked up there, she like, you know, she sang to the wife, and Usher was looking like, like Coco did good, and she could sing. Like, we're actually, you know, getting some singer girls back. I mean, it really is definitely, I really feel like the girls, you can tell the girls are like really actually doing good with each other. Like the way that a lot of these girls are showing love to each other. Megan and Glow, I love Megan and Glow's relationship. I've been seeing, you know, the clips, and y'all just see the part where it's like, go Meg, go Meg, go Meg, get a glow, get a glow. And so I'm just loving seeing the relationships that the women are having. But you can tell they're really kind of pushing each other to really do better. Victoria Monet, she had 3 outfit changes. She did the Michael Jackson part in the song All Right. I love Victoria Monet. I'm still like listening to All Right to, you know, I guess see if I'm gonna love it anymore, because I haven't really just sat down and like had time to like listen. But from what I've heard, like I'm not mad at it. But then she had the last scene where she was dancing all up in the water and everything, and so it was like, yeah, like Victoria Monet was doing the thing. And then the Usher tribute, Usher comes out and basically accepts his award after Keke did her where her pants fell down. Where her pants fell down, and we're not fell down, but she pulled them down. Everybody did all the references, but his speech, you know, hell, they cut half the speech out, to be honest. Like, they cut half the speech out. They was literally like, I mean, he was probably, I think from what I was seeing, he was dropping F-bombs. So it's just kind of like, I really feel like Usher, you know, he accepted his award. The girls, I feel like the girls did what they were supposed to do. I really do. I do feel like they did what they were supposed to do. But y'all drop down in the comments. You let me know, what would you rate the BET Awards this year in comparison to, you know, in the past, or just like what we see recently. Now, one thing, I forgot to get into Sexy Red and Tyler. You know, I ain't gonna lie, for a smidge second, I was like, I don't know why, because I mean, let's get it. Like Sexy Red, she ain't like, Sexy Red is Sexy Red, point blank period. She is gonna be a representation for the hood girls, you know? And we have to be honest, like, of all the stage performances that we've had from Sexy Red, this one actually seemed the most put together. There was themes, you know, there was outfit changes, you know. Sexy Red, she upping it a little bit, but also with the song that she dropped, what's the song? Get It Sexy, yeah, Get It Sexy, yeah. So we know that's definitely been taken off. And so when Tyler won the award, I did have a little bit of inclination and feeling like, really? Hold on, wait a minute. Like, I'm trying to think about Sexy's career. And then I just had to remember, like, Sexy Red is like hood famous, you know? She's like, but she's not international. And that's what Tyler kind of has over her, is the fact that she's a little more international and has reached a broader, I guess, crowd in like the entertainment business. We'll just put it that way. she's more commercial, so she's reaching, other types of crowds that Sexy Red isn't. So yeah, and Tama looked really good last night too. Y'all tell me what you think about some of the fashion girls. From what I saw, Carisha looked okay. Carisha right now is she fading into the background. She after that whole Diddy stuff, Carisha is quiet as she should be, because girl, you finna get called to the courtroom. T minus any minute now. They finna call you. Do knock on the door. Hello, we looking for Carisha. You've been subpoenaed to show up at court. They coming for you. They already come for you, Carisha. But her dress was cute. As far as everybody with like fashions, I really feel like what's her name? Ice Spice didn't like her look though. I don't know how I feel about Victoria Monet's look. I'm trying to think how I really feel about it. I have to go back. I think she had like zippers and stuff. From what I saw, it was edgy for sure. I remember that. But yeah, that was the BET Awards. Y'all drop in the comments, tell me what you feel about that. Let's go ahead and move on to the other stuff I wanted to talk about. What did I have saved here? BET Awards. Talked about Keke. Anybody who come in, y'all know what to do. Hit that like button. Okay. Okay. I was getting ready to talk about a topic, but this question just came up. Or not a question, but was on Instagram. This is from the Neighborhood Talk. And the girl, she said, which, as I'm reading right now, I agree with. A deal breaker for me is a homophobic man. You don't gotta like it, but you don't gotta remind me every time you see a gay man that you hate it, because why would a gay man minding his business walking past you make you that mad? He don't even know you. I'm gonna think you like him for real. What y'all think? Let me read the comments. My husband does not like it, and he can say whatever he feels about it around me. Okay. I highly agree, but for me, this goes for anyone, because why are you so mad over someone else's sexuality? That is a good question. Why are you so mad about somebody else's sexuality? Like, that's the problem. We got a lot of entitlement in this country. Like, I'm like, when, the whole gay laws are passed, like not getting married and things like that, because the government right now, I don't know if you've noticed, is looking real gloomy. Okay, not just the presidential debate, we get news every day about another law being passed. Like, this election season is about to be motherfucking hell. Yeah, but the way this country is going, but all it is people worrying about other people's business. You want to sit there and say, oh, this is illegal here. Drag queens can't read books. And it's like, y'all are Xing out the people that really ain't the one doing the damage. You religious motherfuckers are really the one that y'all out here, forcing your religion on other people. Y'all want to take away abortion rights. What does you feel like it's a sin in your life got to do with, Kate Marie and Tisha in Oklahoma, Iowa, and Texas, what they do with their life? Like, if they get pregnant by a man, or I don't want to have this child, I should be able to say if I want this child or not. Because at the end of the day, what do we know? Look, what is it saying? Papa's baby. Oh no, Papa's maybe is mama's baby. Yeah. And women are starting to get smart and realizing a lot of these dudes is giving you babies just because they know it's a thing to sit your ass down. And that's like true tea. Like, for real, for real. And marriage, I mean, we see how that's going. So it's just kind of like understanding that women's rights for abortion is very important. And so, yeah, with this, as far as it goes, like, this dude, like, yeah, you do got to worry about these dudes, though, being DL, because a lot of men that are so hard pressed, like, the truth is, it's always that saying of like, oh, every nigga ain't got to be gay type situation, but that kind of is the problem. A lot of these dudes do be regressed and be, gay or at least bisexual and aren't expressing it and then taking it out on the women that they're in relationships with. So it's just kind of like, yeah, it all around is some shit that gotta get fixed. But that was that question. Oh my god. Let me see. Who else did I want to get into? We did the BET Awards. Let's see. Let's go to the neighborhood talk since or actually no, I'm on the shade room. Columbus Short, y'all. That's who I wanted to get into. This Negro needs to sit his ass down. Here we go with the typical. Hold on, y'all. Let me pull this seat up because this thing is going down. Hold on. All right, there we go. Okay. All right, everybody. Columbus Short, like I said. Can y'all hear me all right? All right. I want to make sure that the audio is good. Because sometimes like in the playback, it might sound different. So just let me know when you come in, the audio is good too. But here we go. Let's listen to the madness.
What is the difference between being with Black women and being with putting you on a serious glass right now? And I know do you feel like in the media today there's a lot of demasculating of Black men?
Absolutely. Okay. We're gonna get there. We're jumping my time machine. We're about to jump in the DeLorean and gun it to 88. Okay. So we just went through 1886. Now we're in 1921 or 1916, where you're seeing these people remove. Then let's get to the 50s, where the 60s, the 70s, where now crack is brought in. How many Black men in New York, from Oakland to New York and everywhere in between, men were not in the home. So now,
what is the difference between
here we go? Y'all know the story that's getting ready to come up.
These women or Black women were raised by single mothers, absentee fathers that are either incarcerated, dead, or just gone.
Talk about
that their mama said, you don't need no man. You can do it by yourself. So then that energy,
this is comes in,
that energy comes into the home. They're not, what you talking about? Unless you giving me this, doing that. There's no respect of the man, the Black man, in that by Black women. And I'm not, Black women, do not be mad at me.
They're gonna be mad.
I'm not talking about all of y'all. I'm saying
they're gonna be mad.
There's a majority of you guys that was raised without a father, so you have no respect for that. So what's the difference?
Okay. But let me say this really quick, because I know my families and I know these people, and they're gonna track.
We come to the 2000s, and these women.
I'm down.
I've already been dragged.
So I'm gonna say this though, because this is what they'll say.
I'm about to get dragged.
I don't see the comments, boy. But let me say this though, I get dragged every day. It's okay. Now, what I will say is they're about to tell me I'm trying to be white because my hair is blonde in a minute. So, but I'm going to say this, because this is what the Black woman will say. Don't you blame the man though for being an absent father? They made Black women this way. That's what they're going to say. So I want you to answer.
Let me talk about it being a man. I'm going to answer all your questions. Okay. So let me talk about being a man. Our men, Black men, find ourselves in being able to provide and being able to protect. When we are denied the ability to provide, we feel less than. When we are denied the ability to protect, do you know what they used to do? They used to make families just sorry, we're gonna go do
The
I'm done.
I'm trying to figure out what he mean by denied. Like
Take
denied as in
and him being violated in front of the wife, the kids, by another man, and then thrown back into the family. And what is that woman? If you can't protect yourself from them men, how are we supposed to trust you to protect us? So that started this. Now let's get to it. What is it about? There's cultural things. You're Persian. Yeah. So that Persian side, that Armenian side, that Mexican side, that Asian, Korean, Japanese, that other side is where, culturally those women were not those women were taught to hold down
and be very subservient and submissive to their men.
But it's more than subservience. It's don't get it twisted. I know you know how to cuss the thorough man and cuss a man out thoroughly, but as soon as you cussing him, take the man. Him being,
hold on, y'all.
You're still making dinner. You're still washing his clothes. You're still cleaning the house. And you're not doing that with, this is my job. That's just what you were trained to do. And I think
you see the word he used.
Training, how you want to ride in a Bugatti, how you want to go on a yacht, but you don't know how to wash your own clothes. You don't know how to vacuum. You don't know how to you don't know how to cook, girl. You don't even know how to cook. So you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that's all black women. I'm just saying let's get down to it.
In trouble.
You still making dinner? You still washing his clothes? You still cleaning? How much you want? You know what I'm saying? Boom, boom, boom. Hey, who gonna put the money on your books? No, you can go to jail. Take your just my for you. It's a different energy. It's not like maybe thank you for your criticism. Thank you for your honest, constructive criticism. And we can get it better. Or cook it for yourself. Yeah. You want a cup of noodles? You want some ramen? Somebody else come cook it all you want. You know what I'm saying? Boom, boom, boom. Hey, who gonna put the money on your books?
I know that was some long parts, y'all, but this is where this conversation always gets me, because that girl, she ain't black. I guess she's Persian. And hold on, let me see what the comments said, y'all. If you're just coming in, I just played a little bit of Columbus Short. He always problematic at some point. But he recently had an interview, and basically he was saying the difference between black women and other races. We know this conversation. And so Erica De Niro right there talking about, I got something for you. This is, somebody said they killed the wrong brother and stomped the yard. Good night. They killed the wrong brother and stomped the yard. Good night. Somebody said, let this be the "we are sick of this conversation" button. Absolutely. Somebody said, checks notes, sees his mugshot for domestic abuse. Check notes again, sees the interviewer is not black. Let's wrap this up, y'all. Because here's the thing. It's like somebody said right here in the comments. So if black women were raised with single mothers and absent fathers, who raised black men? If black women are inadequate in some way because of this, wouldn't the men also be? I mean, like the first person said, exactly. They keep bringing up this aspect of men weren't in the home, and that's the thing we're talking about. Men weren't in the home, so y'all sit here try to have these complaints about how women don't know how to interact with men being at home, and sitting down or operating with a husband, and it's okay. Also, and not figuring out how to operate in quote unquote as a wife. Who's raising these boys? Because y'all sit here and constantly are complaining about, these boys ain't being raised to be men. And it's who's raising these boys? And then when crickets start happening, because y'all know what the excuse is. Anytime you get, you chose them, you picked them, choose better. Y'all know that's the first thing to talk about. You picked them. Just negate the fact that this man sold this woman a whole dream fairy tale, told her, yeah, girl, I want to be with you. Yeah, girl, I'm gonna marry you all the whole time, just bouncing from house to house, from pillar to post, dropping babies, i.e. Nick Cannon. Okay? And so it is a thing of like the complaints that you are having really is a situation of how are you a part of the problem? That was something I wanted to post on my TikTok. I'm gonna start posting to TikTok more. I keep telling myself I'm gonna do that. But basically, I'm just always thinking to myself, it's like, man, y'all sit here and constantly have your complaints about, you know, women in general, how women have turned out, you know, women ain't nothing but gold diggers now. Women, you know, just want to sit around and look pretty. Don't know how to cook and clean, as you say, y'all don't know how to cook, clean, fold no laundry. And it's like, if this is the product of terrible women, and we do understand that this is a patriarchy, i.e., men are in charge, then if we're such a terrible product, who we supposed to look to fix that? And whose problem would that be? Because if you know, as the person who's a part of the production line, because that's honestly what they've created, it's just nothing but production line of men trying to figure out a way how to pass on their heritage and last name. So it's this production line of, oh, you know, women just following the fairy tale, kiss the frog, you know, hopefully one day you find the prince, just kissing a bunch of frogs so you find the prince. But all the meanwhile, your life being wasted. But in connection to what I'm saying with that, it's just kind of like, in what way are you going to fix the problem, though? In what way are you a part of the problem? If I entered in the wrong code and I'm getting this build of that's not a good product, that means I need to check on myself to what I'm doing to not create a good product. Okay, that's how that go. So y'all are sitting there complaining about women, but what are you going to do to be part of the solution? And that's really what this thing is about. Men are going to sit here and continue to gaslight women into all of this being women's problem. And we know the reason that y'all don't want to talk about the solutions is because y'all don't want to do the things to be a part of the solution. Y'all don't want to stop cheating. Y'all don't want to stop putting your hands on women. Y'all don't want to stop being in every single way you can be abusive to a woman. Y'all don't want to stop doing it. Because y'all know y'all don't want to stop doing it. You're just going to keep telling women, oh, no, it's you. You know, you should have known. You should have chose better. You got pregnant by him. You shouldn't have been having sex then. You know, okay, if that's all the case, all these, you know, single homes, single parent homes, single women homes with kids and stuff, then if that's the case, that's we're part of the problem, then why y'all keep trying to take abortion rights away? Taking our the rights away to no longer have these kids if we are the problem as a result of having sex with you niggas, okay? So it's like, in every which way, there's a complaint about women. Y'all don't want to be a part of the solution, period. But Columbia Short, and that's the crazy thing, too. Y'all always want to discuss the first half, right? Which is women not being subservient, women not knowing how to, you know, do these things, you know, or just operate around the house with your man. All of these things, right? But and these women in other races are all of these things, right? You know, they're trained. You see how I use the word trained? They're trained, right? Because that's how they see is things to be trained, things to be conquest, you know, things to be sought after, take advantage of, right? So Columbus Short, here you are in relationships with these other race women who are doing these wifely duties because that's what they're trained to do. And guess what, husband? They're still getting a return. Y'all always want to talk about the first half, which is, oh, women being these traditional things. But then the women that are those things, guess what type of husband they get in return? They're still getting a cheating husband in return. They're still getting a gambling, alcoholic, drug addict husband in return. They're still getting a physically, emotionally, clearly DV Columbus, you with these other race women, and they're still getting their ass beat by you, getting their head knocked between the washer and the dryer. But then once again, we're still going to train women to be wives. But never is the conversation of how we going to train you niggas to be husbands. That's the thing. Y'all don't know how to be husbands because one, y'all don't want to be. When y'all listen to these red pill podcasts, these dudes, just like they just sound crazy. Y'all sit here wondering why women are like, I don't want to have sex with you no more. Like, ugh, like you disgust me right now. And the way I just watched a video the other day and a girl talking about the HIV rates going up in Houston. It's crazy because a lot of you niggas out here, y'all don't want to wear condoms, and it's getting passed through women because a lot of you men are not only sleeping with women, but with men too. Okay, out here digging in some pussy and then sitting here being mad about your life, you know, because you on BL, and not only that, but you're being unsafe. And now these women who are in relationships with these men are also catching it. You know, I literally watched a dilemma the other day. This girl found out that she was burning and went to the clinic and she caught something and she like, ma'am, I've been married for 8 years. Like, and she basically gave her the look of like, well, if it ain't you, who else is it? Obviously her husband. So you can imagine that conversation going back home. But nonetheless, back to it, these are things that women who are quote unquote wifely submissive, that's the type of shit that they're still dealing with. So it's like y'all want to always focus on how women are trained to be wives back like in the 50s and 60s. That's the problem. Y'all sitting there like, oh, these were the type of wives that they were. But now we got to start discussing, guess what type of husbands that they got in return for being such those good wives. They were still dealing with all of these shitty things. Y'all didn't want women to have bank accounts. Women couldn't even get, you know, their tubes tied without male permission. Like, y'all were doing everything but being husbands to your wife, to these good old traditional women. And y'all sit there and keep wondering why women don't want to go back to that. Y'all weren't good. Y'all really weren't nice, my nigga. Like, if you want to sit there and talk about having this conversation with how, you know, great auntie Lulu and Uncle Earl made it that long, is because great auntie Lulu was dealing with a lot of shit. Uncle Earl, when he passed away, had 2 sons on that side and 2 daughters on that side, and 2 women in the middle of the pew crying their heart out, just and looking at the other half of like, why is this bitch crying so hard? Like, you over here crying, shaking, and look at the heifer over there crying, shaking, doing the same thing. You start to thinking, why the fuck is she crying so hard? And you see she got 2 daughters on that side and you got 2 sons on this side, and you start looking at their edges. Like, these motherfuckers got the same curly edges. And now you mad, the nigga dead in the casket, and you like, wait a fucking minute. Like, and now you can't even be mad because he dead. Like, that's what was happening back in the days. And y'all sit here wondering why women are quote unquote being these wives. Like, get the fuck out of here, Columbus. And then with you, all the cases that you got, like, you really do not have no room to be talking. Okay, so Columbus Short, y'all drop down in the comments, tell me what you think about Columbus Short and his madness of talking about dating, of course, other races. It's always the same conversation of the man's not in the home. It's just like exhausting at this point. It really is. Like, y'all don't want to talk about nothing else about like how come you niggas don't share y'all feelings with each other? How come y'all don't want to fix y'all's mental health and how y'all hold women responsible, but really y'all need to go find some friends? You dudes are not friends with each other. And actually, y'all want to sit there and have that weird ass conversation about how oh, women fall out so much quicker. They always falling out with people. And it's because we be friends actually get to know it. So some of these women don't be good people to be friends with. But all the meanwhile, the friend you've been playing basketball with, homie, for 10 years, over there, you know, got a child problem. And when his door get kicked in and you see his mugshot and it's, you know, typed on there tamper with children, and you sitting there wondering like, oh my God, how I didn't know. Because y'all don't be friends with these dudes. Y'all don't be actually worried about their character. All y'all bond on is how shitty y'all treat women. That's really all it is. But let's see. Let's go ahead and move on to the next topic. I can't. I really can't. Columbus Short really just has some nerve. I really can't. Columbus Short is something else. I can't with that dude. I can't. It's like he always is just every time just coming back around and causing more chaos. Okay, who else did I want to get into today? Speaking of Columbus Short and his DV case, real quick, Jonathan Majors. I know it was something I didn't put on there to talk about, but Jonathan Majors, I just thought about him popping in my mind because of Columbus Short. Him and Columbus Short basically the same dude in a different package. Now Megan, she looked, cute or whatever on the red carpet, but one of them red carpets, she was looking a little, I'll just say, dry in the face, like just a little bit tired, because he found his Coretta Scott, y'all. Y'all know he found his Coretta Scott. So, and then he got on stage with Iyanla doing all that wiping all on his face, just babying him. And the fact that he got the, what is it called? The Perseverance Award or some shit like that. I think that's what it was. It's like this, all the dude persevered through with some shit that he caused. Like, he gets a medal for that, for the stuff that he caused and the fact that he went through it and like had to deal with it. He get a medal for that. Like, and then we just sit here worried about Megan because eventually, y'all know when the mask fall off, and we already see what his history is. The Yelp review shot to Erica De Niro. It's always those things of like trying to figure out of like, I want to say I told you so, but shit. All right, let's see. Let's go to the shade room. The shade room. Okay, Hallie. I think the last thing I want to talk about was who else was it? Rick Ross and somebody else. Let's see. I was going to say something about Angela Simmons, but I really just kind of am like, I think Angela Simmons this is like, because she's with Yo Gotti, it's feeling like she has to have this like, I don't know, like gangster ride or die persona because she's with him. Yo Gotti is kind of like, a street nigga, And I really felt like, because the dress was cute, but it just kind of was like, she wanted to give her Bonnie and Clyde moment. I think that's what it was. And so it really just was kind of like pointless. Like, I think it was just a moment of her trying to have like this Bonnie and Clyde situation. And it just wasn't it. Like, you with a dude, and it's just kind of like, you don't gotta be that, Angela, we know the lifestyle that you had, but I do hear that, she sent out an apology, and it's just kind of like, to me, I didn't feel like it was just kind of like something that you would think Angela Simmons obviously do. But yeah, let's see. Here we go. Let's listen to this really fast, y'all, because this came across here. Let me see. Let me know y'all can hear it.
Men are supposed to cook and clean and work and shop and plan. What do I need a partner for? Two things. Women make up about half of the workforce. and half of American households are dual income. Regardless of their income, women are still doing 2 to 3 times the amount of domestic labor as their male counterparts. So yeah, most women are cooking, cleaning, working, shopping, and planning. Yet men like you do not feel responsible to do the same. But what is so sad about this is you cannot find any benefit of having people who love you in your life. Do you not see the humanity in your partner? That they are more than just the labor that they can give to you? I married my partner not because he could bring home a paycheck or sweep. I married my partner because he made me feel loved. This work is necessary, but it's your values-based decisions and your thoughtfulness and your caring that makes your life unique. This is so sad. So
he basically, the comment was, so if men are supposed to cook, clean, work, shop, and plan, what do I need a partner for? And it really is crazy that men, they don't feel their responsibility in as far as like the household is the same. But I feel like they're being dunce about this on purpose, because at the end of the day, it really is, okay, the minute I step into bringing in money, that is a quote unquote masculine role. So if I'm going to work, bringing income in, then that means that therefore, if I'm picking up the masculine role, then in return, you should reciprocate picking up the quote unquote feminine role, i.e., helping with the kids, cooking, cleaning, around the house, laundry. But it really is crazy the fact that y'all really want to be a part of the mess, but y'all don't want to clean up after yourselves. That's really what y'all saying. I should have to clean up after myself. So, nigga, like, it really be women, like, y'all should see the videos. They stop cleaning on purpose, like, to see, like, if I don't clean with my husband. And dudes out here really do just be leaving, like, they'll leave it. Because in their mind, they already know, oh, she gonna do that. She gonna pick it up. She already gonna do that. And to think, like, y'all are okay having somebody's life be wasted just picking up behind your dirty ass. And then y'all want to sit here and listen to red pill content where they sit there and say dumb shit like, oh, women are the ones that want to be loved and men want to be respected. Shut up. What do you mean? What do you mean women don't want to be respected? Like, love is over respect. No, when you love somebody, typically you respect them too. You don't think women want respect for giving birth to you big-headed ass niggas, babies keep like babies? Okay. You think we don't want respect, but yet I'm the one cleaning up your dirty skid mark drawers? Like, that's what y'all are thinking. Like, women are doing these things and you think she wouldn't want respect for those things. Oh, she wants love. No, I deserve respect too. And that's kind of why women are leaving y'all asses, because y'all don't respect them for their roles. Pushing out kids is not just this, oh, you know, they see giving birth, like they see it in such this like feminine, girly, like foo-foo and rainbows. It's the most feminine thing a woman can do is give birth. Y'all know what they love to say. That's her main purpose, giving birth. Have you seen what it is to give birth? Like, a lot of you dudes, when y'all sit there talking about like, oh, I was in there, you know, watching it happen, and y'all realize, oh, like she's literally being ripped from the inside out, giving birth. And women, not only after doing the birth, are now responsible for keeping a human alive. Their body keeps a human alive. Like, the power of that. And y'all are sitting there thinking like, oh, women don't want respect, they want love. And women are doing that 2, 3, 4, 5 times, 6 times over. Like, women are having kids out here, and because they watch women do it, I guess, and don't really complain, and that's the problem. Women ain't speaking up. Like, y'all think of it as this, like, oh, pregnancies, you know, the greatest thing. When, if you ask certain women, pregnancy was the worst thing in their life. Pregnancy is like you're putting your life on the line. Like, you are. And it's not only that, it's, you know, after the giving birth, and it's, you know, what comes along with carrying a whole human in your body for damn near a year. You know, there's preeclampsia, high blood pressure, like women develop diabetes, you know, in the midst of pregnancy. It really is a lot on a person's body. And so it's just kind of like women are out here doing this for dudes. The wrong niggas. Y'all messing, y'all giving birth to these babies for the wrong niggas. That's all I'm saying. Okay, and speaking of the raw niggas, Tia Kemp was wearing one of these raw niggas out the day. When I tell you Tia Kemp is a key, well, her big old teeth like just big funky ass. She be killing me, your big funky ass. So basically, Tia Kemp. Oh snap, my battery. Hold on, y'all. My battery getting ready to die. So let me get this charger. Can you see me? Yes. All right. Is the audio still good? Y'all still hear me? Drop down, let me know that y'all still hear me. So yes, we were talking about Tia Kemp, Rick Ross. So yeah, Tia Kemp, she got into Rick Ross ass because he recently, one of the things we're gonna talk about, went to Canada. Now in Canada, I guess he decided he was gonna do some being King Petty. So he put on "They Not Like Us, They Not Like Us, They Not Like Us." Okay. You know what's so crazy about that song is everybody's favorite part typically is one of the things like probably like a chord and it's probably A minor. Like my favorite part of that song is when he do the old church lady. Like I hear that, I just think like he was just in there just it was just like every time I hear it, just like an old church lady, because that's what the old church ladies be doing now. Okay, it's the mess out here. Okay, so that's always my favorite part of that song. But nonetheless, Rick Ross, he played it, and these little white boys, you know, jumped on him. I ain't even gonna lie, they jumped on him. Let me see if let me see. Is it on the Shade Room? Let me see if it's on the Shade Room. This Rick Ross video. Rick Ross. Let's see. Is it on the Shade Room? I know I could have sworn I saved this earlier. But sometimes it don't pop up. Let's see. Okay, it's not on the Shade Room. Let's go to Hollywood Unlocked. Maybe it's on there. Let's see. Hollywood Unlocked. Sorry, y'all. I'm trying to look at where to find it. While I'm searching, oh yeah, y'all remember Will Smith performed at BET? Oh, here it is. Good night. Rick Ross treats his team to Wingstop after physical altercation. In the comments talking about we build different. What? Sir, first of all, you want to treat them to Wingstop? No, nigga, are you paying them? Because allegedly you wasn't the people that was already working at your Wingstops allegedly wasn't getting paid. Sorry, I'm looking out the window of my driveway, make sure ain't nobody pulling up. So you want to sit there talking about that, treat them to Wingstop, not are they getting paid? But I don't know if y'all be able to see this, but it was really just such a mess. Let me know if y'all can see this. It probably is really muddled, but nonetheless, they pulled up on Rick Ross. He swung on him. Rick Ross threw the drink, and by the time he, I guess, tried to get after him, security and everything was in the way. But the crazy part is Rick Ross security got stuck, but it was up in the stuck for your security. So you sitting there treating them. They low key might need to get fired because they was getting their beat. Like that's really what was happening. I can't. And then here go Drake showing love to Tia Kemp under her on her post talking about my goat under Tia Kemp. I cannot. Because if there's anybody that Drake would love right now, it's Tia Kemp because she be roasting Rick Ross ass. When I tell you that big, when she went and she did a little diss track with Tokyo Tony, that right there is a hot mess duo. Tokyo Tony and Tia Kemp, oh Lord, it's so ratchet, but sometimes a little ratchet is okay. Like, because Tia Kemp, when she hit him with that fat funky, like she be rubbing her teeth. I feel like she do that. She rub her teeth to make sure they still there. Because them bitches is like some chompers, okay? Hold on, what's going on out here? Why the dog's barking? Sorry, I'll be having to look. I live out here in the country, so when the dogs get the barking, you get the looking, okay? But that's just the way you live. If you got dogs, you understand when they get the barking, you just do a little peep. You know, that's how black people every now and then you just peep out the window, you know, check your surroundings. But yeah, Tia Kemp, I really feel like she be licking her teeth just to make sure they still there. And I wonder if there is a video of Tia Kemp. I can't. Let me see. Do they have a clip of Tia Kemp on here? Because she was wearing his, and then to picture them in a relationship though. Like if you really think about Tia Kemp, the fact she had a kid with him, you could imagine they was in that house wearing each other's asses out, okay? And whatever that son witnessed, I'm sure he got stories to tell. I'm sure he do. I'm sure it was nothing but pure madness in that house. Nothing but bitches and hoes back to each other, just back and forth. But after that fight happened, Tia Kemp, of course, went in. Oh, they don't have no video of Tia. But yeah, Rick Ross got his ass jumped. And what I want Rick Ross to stop acting like, I want him to stop acting like he didn't know that was gonna be the result. You went to Canada, his home place, and thought that wasn't nobody gonna be down there to start like he was doing it to basically, you know how dudes do, have a dick swinging contest. It was a dick swinging contest, basically. And Rick Ross thought that he was going to be able to go to somebody's home turf, be disrespectful. But in just the grand scheme of things, although, like, it's like, should nobody, dudes shouldn't be fighting, blah, blah, blah. But at the grand scheme of things, at the basis, we all know if you're going to disrespect somebody, doing it, especially on their turf, is a one-way ticket to ass flipping. Like it just is. But yeah, Rick Ross, out of all the stuff when it comes to Rick Ross and him, my main thing is always gonna be Tia Kemp. Tia Kemp is just too merch, y'all. So the last topic we gonna get into, what else was it? Okay. Oh, last but not least, y'all. Since we're talking about the BET Awards, I forgot to mention it earlier, but Taraji P and hey, thank you for tuning in. Everybody tune in. If you're catching, we're kind of on the back end. But replay game. Y'all make sure to get into the replay. If you join, make sure to hit that like button, please. It does your girls wonder. But I forgot to mention this earlier when I was talking about BET Awards, but I just want to touch into it because I put it in the headline. Keith Lee and Taraji P. I'm really gonna keep it short and simple. I really think that sometimes internet people feel like because they're so known in like the public space that they're gonna be so known in the celebrity space too. Because in the public space, y'all are celebrity. You feel like, oh, you know, I'm a celebrity, like Taraji P's a celebrity, and I'm here to tell you, you're not. And Keith Lee, I'm saying this as a fan. I really feel like he was just acting in emotion and really was just trying to take a quick little petty jab at Taraji and BET. But then when he got a bunch of backlash, I really feel like he was just trying to like backpedal and coochie pop. And in a way, his explanation of it all was the fact that, oh, you know, my name will be heard in rooms that is meant to, or whatever. And it's just kind of like, the reason you got invited to BET Awards is because you're Keith Lee. So at some point, like, you were meant to be there because the only reason you're there is Keith Lee. So that's some type of acknowledging that you're supposed to be in the room, which is why, i.e., they were giving you the damn flowers, you know. And so, yes, his explanation was like, oh, you know, if it truly was about us, then we would have been known about it. You know, it would have been a mutual situation or whatever. I really just felt like he was just finding a reason. Absolutely. This right here, he really got in his feelings. I think that's all it was. I really feel like because he's so used to, you know, the Keith Lee effect, like he has some pull, you know. And so when you live that life understanding like I make miracles happen, sometimes that can get to your head and feeling like, oh, you know, around these other people, the Taraji P's, you know, I think he just got in his head a little bit. I ain't gonna lie. And then also too, it's like it's an award show, so things are just moving and people make mistakes. So Taraji, when she was like, "Oh, you married?" Method Man look alike, and you went to Keith Lee like, "Oh, you married?" And then his wife was literally sitting right next to him. It was a cringe moment, and I really feel like it was just gonna be what it was. And then not to mention too, Taraji P came in the BET Awards and apologized. She apologized. So the fact that she apologized, maybe what happened was he posted that. Matter of fact, I'm thinking about the timing because that was later on. I feel like there was a break in between that whole situation. So maybe possibly Keith Lee posted the rose, did his whole little petty bit. But then when Taraji P, you know, came back at the end and apologized, he deleted it. I'm starting to feel like maybe that's what happened. I'm starting to feel like because it was such a post and delete, but you know, on the internet, once you post some shit, it's there. Okay, it is there. It ain't going nowhere. So yeah, I really feel like Keith Lee definitely just it was a quick little knock to his. I think his ego maybe a little bit, just a touch, like, okay, I'm gonna be here. If you're gonna acknowledge Keith Lee, then, you know, let it be for real. And I think he wasn't seeing it for the moment of just simply being a mistake. Like, it was just human error. That's it. And so it's just kind of like, you know, some of you internet people, y'all know y'all for me forgetting, like there's a difference between being famous and being a celebrity. Like Keith Lee, you famous, but as far as being a celebrity, you know, I wouldn't put you as that. Y'all get what I'm saying? Everybody knows it's like tiers. And especially if you're an influencer, like I feel like there's a difference. Like I feel like you're known, you know, people know you bubbling. Then there's, okay, now you're, I want to say an influencer, but let's just say go from known to now you're famous, as in now you have eyeballs looking at you, you know? And then from famous, if you continue to do the work, you know, you go from famous to being a celebrity, you know, out here on red carpets, you know, getting awards, doing real, you know, movies or whatever it is, you know, building a solid career. Then there's a different type of celebrity, you know, A-list celebrity, B-list celebrity, you know, we all know what it is. But I feel like Keith Lee, you know, because he has the Keith Lee effects, felt like, oh, if I'm gonna be invited, let it be what it is. And then he just kind of let that shit get to his head. It was like, Taraji, was she not like, it wasn't supposed to be that serious. But I don't want to hold you guys any longer. For those who tuned in, I really appreciate it. This live was kind of in the middle of the day, out of nowhere. I've been wanting to try to go live some more just so I can, you know, just do a little more interacting with you guys. And I'm telling myself of things I want to do to be more consistent on my channel, because I really want to build this thing out, and just really be more committed to what I said I was going to do, as far as just my life in general and building this channel, and things like that, and just what the purpose of this channel was supposed to be. So yeah, not to get all, you know, super deep or whatever, but you know, it's just real life shit. Like, if I want to build this channel and build everything, you know, it's gonna involve you guys. And at the end of the day, we all are human. What'd you say, Joseph? You said, I think influencers are unfortunately becoming the new celebrities now. I guess so. When people were a celebrity back then, they actually had talent and to be considered that too. That definitely too. You know, as they say, like the microwave artist, you know, you only got to have 1-2 hits, you know, to be seen somewhere on the carpet. You know, back then, hey, thank you for tuning in, Kiana. You're tuning in now, but you're kind of at the end, girl. So just make sure to hit that replay, you know, because I don't want to hold people. I've already been on here an hour. So, but yeah, as far as, you know, what you're saying, influencers are unfortunately the celebrities because of TikTok, you know, that definitely, I really feel like TikTok, because of TikTok, it's really making people like, you know, influencers, and to be an influencer is the thing now. Let's see, Joseph, thanks for the live. I had to put my dog with now this one is really hard, man. Joseph, I know the feeling of losing a dog, putting down a dog, and I understand the feeling. Like Hershey, my dog, she was stolen. That sucks. What, 3 months ago? And that was rough. And then now my brother, we had 2 dogs, and then my brother, he moved, and so he took his dog with him. So this is the first time literally in my whole life that I've ever been without like a pet. And I don't like it. Like, if you're a pet, like even since I was a kid, like we've literally at minimum had 2 dogs, but most time it was like 3 dogs. We be dogs deep, you know, especially living in the country, you know, it just is what it is. And so, yeah, not having a dog feels so weird. But I think coming up in July is like adoption or pet week. And I'm considering going to a shelter because the dog that was stolen, her name Hershey, I actually adopted her. She was a chocolate lab from a shelter. So I really feel like I wanna do that. You know, wait for adoption week, then I don't have to worry about like the you know, the money. Okay. Because as much as I want a dog, shit, it's getting expensive out here. But Joseph, you know, sorry for your loss. I know exactly what that feels like. And so, yeah, you know, I just try to be here. And like I said, for what my channel I want it to be, you know, it's just all of us trying to make it. That's literally what the fuck it is. We all just over here trying to make it, bitch. Like, we got these dumbass white crack ass crackers, old shriveled up raisins, don't even know what to say at this damn debate. And then we got counselors and Supreme Court just out here ruining people's lives. And so it's just kind of like, on my channel, I said I wanted to build it, you know, and just be more consistent, because it really is kind of like gonna be a journal of myself. Yeah, it's just gonna be, you know, my roller coaster, and those who gonna be along, and I appreciate it for everybody who tunes in, joins in, watches the videos. And yeah, you know, all the love and support is what I want to do to build this channel and give it right back to you guys. And so, you know, y'all just gonna be along for the ride, for the journey, because my life is crazy. Okay, I might do like a life story one day, like a get to know me situation, so that way I will feel like, I guess, more connected, and y'all will, because people who've been here since, since the beginning of my channel, I appreciate, people who know like my story and everything like that, or just a little bit of it. And so, yeah, for those who are kind of like joining in now or in the past, year or month or so, you might not have heard, what, or got to know who I am in general. So for anybody, who's on the channel, having a journey or a ride, we gonna do it together, okay? That's just gonna be what it is. We gonna ride this thing till the wheels fall off, called life, all right? But everybody, I really appreciate you for tuning in. Everybody who came in late, please just make sure you do the replay, or replay and rewatch gang or whatever, and hit that like button, you guys. I appreciate you for tuning in. I will, schedule another live here soon, and I will catch all y'all later. Bye.